Hello, wrestling fans, and welcome to this Friday edition of Tag Team. I'm your host, Cesar Scorpio, alongside the invincible E. Vincent.
Hey.
And as always, we'll be touching base on the week review of TNA Impact, following the heels of this last weekend's lockdown, and the things that are yet to come here on TNA. First things first, we want to make sure we go over the breaking news that happened this week on TNA. The release of Jay Lethal. Now, Jay Lethal reportedly was released here on Tuesday night, wasn't leaked out until Wednesday. It was confirmed here on Thursday that he was indeed released. He didn't walk out. He was released by TNA. Don't have a whole lot of information here. Sources are telling us some stuff here on UnifiedWrestling.com. E, tell us some more information on what happened with Jay Lethal.
Well, as you mentioned, he was released after the last episode of TNA Impact that was filmed this past Tuesday. As it was reported, there was at least one wrestler who was sort of surprised by the release. Because when he showed up in Lockdown, he looked good. He was showing great moves, moving around, making a big impact. So, I was sort of surprised, but it is what it is.
The guy's been on the roster since 2005. He's an X Division champion, an X Tag Team champion, and he hasn't been used a whole lot. He's been used sparingly in 2011. Again, as E mentioned here, he was used on Lockdown, but that is about it. So he is officially now released. Where he's going to be seen next, not sure. But he will not be seen on TNA. Unfortunately here for Jay Lethal, especially since you mentioned here on Lockdown, he had such good moves. I'm like, man, he's back. But unfortunately, no. He's been released again. As you mentioned, his last show will be on May 5th. After that, anything comes up, we'll make sure we let you know. Big issues that I'm having here with Impact. And off the heels of Lockdown, it was a rather dull show, to be honest with you here. There was not the excitement that I expected to see after Lockdown. And maybe there's something to be said there with the show not being on Monday right after a pay-per-view. A lot of the steam may be gone. A lot of the air might be out of the balloon. But it was a little stale.
Well, it seems like, coming off of Lockdown, which they did a great job on Lockdown. I give nothing but kudos for that. But it seems like they would have wanted to keep the momentum going. But, they had 4 matches, lots and lots of talking, and I guess they're trying to build up, what they're going to, what the storylines are going to be going forward towards the next pay-per-view. But, at the same time, I thought that they could have, just to put the nail in the coffin, or, at least to keep pushing in the right direction, there would have been more.
AJ Styles came back. He was there for a couple seconds there. It looked like we were going to see a cage match between him and Bully Ray. Wasn't happening. Yeah. It was like,
nah, never mind.
After that, it just kind of snowballed from there.
Yeah.
Not a whole lot of excitement. Beautiful people didn't come in full force. Just views from the back. Again,
no pigeons loosened at all.
Dang. The only thing that was entertaining here was seeing Karen dumped on by Kurt Angle and looks like Eric Young. That was it. Other than that, not a whole lot.
Belated wedding gifts.
Yeah. We'll touch base on that a little bit. But yeah, it wasn't too much action here on non-stop action wrestling. So based on that point, we want to go over some issues that Immortal may be having here at this point in time. Fortune 4, yeah, right, not 4,
5.
Not 4, but 5. Okay, 5. Not 4, but 5. They have now, with Daniels and AJ Styles, 5 members in that group.
They're loaded.
All right. Immortal, on the other hand, is undermanned. A busted up Ric Flair, busted up Abyss, a busted up, well, Hogan doesn't even count.
Matt Hardy's belly.
Jeff Hardy's addiction. They have issues, all right? They need to recruit some new people. Whether or not they're going to recruit from the inside or they're going to seek outside attention here, that could be one of the reasons why they wanted to get rid of Lethal. But again, there's no reason for that. Lethal could have been an X Division representative for Immortal instead of these other guys that they got. So
exactly.
Again, there's a lot of unanswered questions here with TNA. Where that's going, again, it's not very clear right now. But following the heels of a great pay-per-view, to come back with that, it's very disappointing. Very disappointing. But again, it doesn't have the fact that Immortal needs a guy. So after that being said, who do you think they'll be shooting for to try to recruit, if they do recruit from the inside?
Hard call. Probably the best recruit they could pick up right now. Matt Morgan looks real good. On this episode, there's this beef that sort of just started with Scott Steiner. Matt Morgan was mentioning that he wants a title shot, after all this time. And, Hulk Hogan, Bischoff, they would definitely be able to give him the opportunity to do that. So, he would probably be number one on the list. And he would have all the reason to jump over there.
Possibly. I mean, it seems like Mexican America here with Hernandez and Anarquia is not really in the mix there. It looks like Bischoff originally recruited him to make some noise here with Immortal, but that's it. He kind of left him float on his own. So, what the storyline goes from there, that's yet to be seen. But again, this episode wasn't really eye-opening, to say the least here. Another thing I want to say here is there was information here as to a mistress for Kurt Angle after this attack, or the dumping, I should say. The Miss Karen Jarrett.
The gifts.
So yeah, gifts from above. But again, what this causes is to find out who is the mistress.
Good question. We don't know yet.
Any ideas?
Possibly Velvet Sky. Maybe, we don't know. Miss Tessmacher did pop up and say that she was back.
True.
So we don't know. Maybe it could be her. Thinking ODB.
For Angle's sake, I hope not. Reeks. Well, I've heard. Can't vouch for that. We'll find out. There's going to be more information here on the next edition or next episode here of TNA Impact. We'll make sure, again, we're fans just like you. If there's anything that's going on, we'll make sure we talk about it on the show here next week. Next thing here is the new update on the new wrestler from TNA, Sangriento. Now, Sangriento was a member of CMLL, jumped ship over here to TNA.
Yeah. Great.
It looks like he's going to be doing some great things here. This type of wrestling is right down his alley. Looks like he'll be a member here of this X division. What do you think about that?
I think it's a good thing. Obviously, it's bound to be compared to the WWE getting Sin Cara to come over. I like the way that they're doing it. By basically keeping it kind of quiet. Right. Because the build-up with Sin Cara, what happened was, it got built up, over like a month and a half, and then we got here, they're still kind of sort of struggling to find exactly where he's supposed to fit in. The way they're doing it with Sangriento is a little bit better because, if they keep it quiet, not so much build-up, perfect chance to, under-promise and then over-deliver, If he just comes in and fits in, it's already a plus.
Yeah, it looks like they have the perfect setup there. They have an X division. They have a entertaining type of wrestling here, to say the least.
Yeah.
So all the recipes there. He's supposed to be making his debut on May 5th. So mark your calendars. Be ready for some Lucha Libre style TNA coming May 5th. That's all the information we have here for TNA Impact on this edition of Tag Team. But we do want to go over the 3 the hard way from Invincible E. Vincent for this week.
What's up?
E! What you got?
Okay. Like we were mentioning before, Kurt Angle's mistress. Don't know what's going to happen with that. Yeah, after the delivery of the gifts. Kurt Angle mentioned that he would never put his hands on the mother of his children, but he has no problem recruiting somebody who would. So nobody knows who is. We'll see what happens. Could be Velvet Sky. Could be. Taro's going to be looking for a new job pretty soon because
she's tough.
She's this close to knocking that ring, down a flight of stairs.
We'll see.
So we'll see what happens.
All right. What else you got?
Michael Cole on the WWE Raw in London, England. They had the faux knighting of Michael Cole.
Shout out to our fans in UK.
Hey. It really seemed to go over like a lead balloon. The folks over there really weren't feeling it. The queen over there she's a national treasure. They really don't like it when she's being mocked.
Michael Cole.
So that really was kind of people didn't dig it.
I'm not following you on Twitter no more, Michael Cole.
Yeah, you're being
severed that
don't be hurt.
communication right there.
But yeah, when the crowd starts chanting "Who are ya? Who are ya?" that means they don't like you. So
I love that too. I wish we'd start saying "Who are ya? Who are ya?"
We might.
Like baseball games. Next time I go to Raw or SmackDown, I'll make sure I start that chant for you guys.
For no good reason.
Yeah, just start it. Who are ya?
So.
All right. But what else you got for it?
And following that, Michael Cole, when he breaks out his foot and basically tells Jerry the King Lawler to kiss his foot. Whatever that.
Well, he made JR do it.
Yeah.
Remember JR was in there in the ankle lock getting his freak
face
on.
pushed into
foot
it.
fetish on there.
Yeah, that was horrifying. Clearly, it had to be. Obviously, it had to be a makeup application or something. But if it wasn't Michael Cole, you need to get to a hospital immediately. Your leg needs to be amputated.
Bad. Leg's nasty. It looks like his leg's about to fall off at any time.
Horrible.
Oof. It was.
I had a nightmare.
Wretched. That being said, how much would they have to pay you to kiss that bad boy?
You got a ring struck on you?
Oh, man,
No.
I had to do it. It was wide open. All right. Well, thanks, Steve, for that. Through the hard way.
Now I'm having flashbacks.
That's all the information we have here for this week's edition of Tag Team Friday Edition. Be sure to check us up again next week. Now, remember, there's going to be Lucha Libre again on Saturday. Be sure to check AAA here on Saturday. Again, all the live coverage will be on UnifiedWrestling.com. If you want to follow along, feel free. And also on Sunday, CMLL. Some Lucha Libre right there. All right. From myself, Cesar Scorpio, the invincible E. Vincent. Thank you very much for watching. See you guys next week.
Take care.